Hello everybody, it is Online is Brewing Time, and welcome back to Let's Play Angels with Scaly Wings. When we last left off, we completed Remy's fourth date, and we had a little makeout sesh. It was hot and steamy, and, gonna, hold up. For now, we're gonna just keep going. Um, I am having a super fun time with this, and I cannot wait until we get into kind of the, next story. So, let's get some well-deserved rest. I didn't realize I would skip right through that. Or go with Remy. Oh, that's cute. I am playing with the aesthetic tweets. It's cool that like he's sad when you're hovering over him, he's happy when you're sad. Well, let's go with Remy anyway. Cause guys, this is gonna be rough. Guys, I'm not ready for all these bad endings. I completely skipped them in my first playthrough. That must be him. Are you ready to see the fireworks? I'm not. My My body is ready. Alright, let's go. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Looks deserted to me. I thought everyone was watching the fireworks. They are, but they're doing it somewhere else. I don't really like the crowds, and I think you would appreciate me leading you here if you knew what they were like. Also, I need you to be here for plot-related purposes. Better be safe than sorry, at any rate. That's what I'm thinking. That reminds me a bit of the night I arrived here. This reminds me of the night I arrived here. Everything was dark and empty, and it was just us walking through the landscape. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I think it's starting now. Watch. We were quiet as we waited as the stillness of that night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Great art, great picture right there. This came back all the way out in 2017. Like, this came out when I was, like, a senior in high school. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. We already read this. Considering how public the event that was, and how I was told multiple times that everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reese to do anything he planned to do. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reese to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Remy, I think we need to go, now. What is wrong, Will? I know where Reese is. We need to stop him. Shouldn't we call the police or something? We don't have the time. I'm not sure if I could fight him. You're right. If you're there, he probably won't hesitate to shoot. Maybe you can hold him off, and I'll try to get some help. Alright, let's do that. Go! I started running as Remy's voice called out to me. Where is he? Where should I go? The portal. He'll be there. I ran to the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Riza was still here somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could be or if it was worth waiting for him. Here, when I saw something out of the corner of my eye, there was a suitcase leaning against the portal. When I opened it, I checked its contents. I was surprised to find a few eggs inside. I had no doubt that this was Riza's doing. Apparently, he had broken into the hatchery again, stashing the eggs here, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Given that he hadn't left yet, he clearly still had unfinished business in the area. The underground building, the administrator told me all about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reese to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Riza here, but in the end, I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was roped off that area I had seen from not far before. When I entered the building, I was met by a long illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Riza had to be very close by. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since generators were almost powering the portal. Were also powering the portal. Suddenly one of the doors opened, and out came Riza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. Well, you're here. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. The talk can wait. Now that you're here, we got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. No. No? What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We probably got a few hours if you wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generator as well after this is over. When did you realize we were in the past? How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? I only recently found out. Looking back, it seems so obvious to me now. Not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there were so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different, independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it was just a different time. When was there never anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs when some of them here look pretty damn near identical to dinosaurs we knew about. And then, there's also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly as the same as our own past society. But we don't even have to think about that abstract. You just needed to look at the sky. The sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course, but you know we could account for that stuff. I could have just pointed your PDA at the sky, and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky, and how it would change its position day after day. Are you done being condescending? I guess so. You killed those dragons, Riza. What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock. Why'd you do it? Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. After I found out the truth about this place, I knew just waiting for the generators we were owed was not an option anymore. It would have taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of the dragons didn't go down easily. But who cares if they got back the generators I stole? With just one, we won't need any of the others. How could you do this? How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there, really, in taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in a few weeks anyway? The ones I killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. Even if that creep hadn't shown up and interrupted our meeting, we wouldn't have had the time for them to make the generators for us. How about we don't let them all die? They're going to be extinct anytime soon, if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the Hatcher another visit before I came here. With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, even as pets or companions, as long as we make the necessary changes. See, it's not as bad as you might think. I'm not going to just abandon them like that, only for their whole civilization to be wiped out. Get your priorities straight, Will. Next, you'd rather starve because you suddenly empathize with a stick. And you're not satisfied just starving by yourself. No, you're going to let all of us starve, because you want to impose your morals on everyone. Since when do you think that you get to have any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequences. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know I don't care about corporal punishment. Just let me through and you can do whatever you wish. I can't do that, Riza. I see how it is. They told you they need this generator to stop the comet, huh? And now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have as much of a vested interest in this whole thing as humanity does. That I and you do, or at least used to. Do you think they wouldn't do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours? Their entire world is on the line here. They live in perfect harmony, with a perfect green energy source, no reason for wars or conflicts, yada yada yada. We had that too, and you know what happened then? Of course you do. This is such an idiotic trope, you know. Random person meets weird natives, learns their ways, and then ends up saving them. What do they need you for, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't save themselves. You know of our suffering, yet you will let them have it. I don't care what happens to them. But unlike you, I was at least trying to save humanity, at any cost. We have the solution right here. You want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? They've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us. Not like this. Do you think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there is a perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here for a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got too used to all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they all die back home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours, you have discarded everything and everyone back home and replaced it with this. Maybe it's because you just don't have a life back home. I even understand that a little. Of course, it would be nice to just stay here where they have everything that we don't, but being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as it used to be. The pettiness and the politics. Say about the solar for what you want, but it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. For all of our efforts, what did we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You of all people should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They haven't experienced how it is to live like we do now, to see the world burn and everyone you know die around you. Because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them. How many do you think die back home just in the 2 weeks you've been here because we don't have power for the hospital, huh? Do you think these victims aren't worth mentioning? Or do you just care about the few dragons I killed? Our city is the last bastion of a civilized society, a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you have forgotten about them, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be there in a month, a year? Or are they just a statistic to you? The same could be said for the dragons. What do you want to do? Talk me down for doing this, and then what? It's too late anyway. You think they're just going to let us go after what I've done? Fat chance. Whatever you may think, you'll find that our leaders back home agree with my course of action. Why are you telling me this? Because I expect you to join me. That's not going to happen. You call yourself an ambassador. This generator is the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this? The dragons also need that generator, and I'll do what is necessary to stop you if I have to. So that makes you judge, jury, and executioner. What a wonderful set of morals you have there, Will. We only need to wait until the comet is passed safely. You think you can stop the comet, and you need this generator to do that. Sure, and if your plan fails, then not only is this world gone, but we also lose any and all hope to save our own. We are so close now. We can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan. When they're dying by the minute, I will not let you. You only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you don't want to face the consequences of what you did. Why are you laughing about this? Because it's a joke. It must be. I'm the one with the gun, and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me? Listening to you was fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't stop me now anyway. Maybe I can. Maverick and Remy appeared next to me. You planned this, didn't you, Will? Traitor! And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go and I'll forget this ever happened. You got six bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Riza? Do you think it's worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life from this very day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment. Besides, the generator in the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity! Suddenly an administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Riza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Riza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. Pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. Mortified by the display before me, I found myself unable to move as the events of the following seconds unfolded before my eyes. Riza was quickly with his gun and shot Remy once before Maverick could charge him. Maverick pounced, snarling and knocked Riza to the ground before embedding his teeth in the body before him. Despite his trashing and screaming, Riza managed to find his target and pulled the trigger twice. Immediately, the jaws dislodged. Riza pulls himself a few feet away while Maverick's body convulsed uncontrollably. Holding his bleeding wound and breathing heavily, Riza looked at me. You're not going to help me, are you? Then it's futile. His gun aimed at me while I regained my composure and tried to run. The shot resounded through the hallway, and as soon as I heard it, a sharp pain shot through my back. I fell to the ground immediately. I continued pulling the trigger, but no more bullets came. After a few seconds of silence, I slowly turned around. Riza was leaning against the wall, his head slumped forward lifelessly. Maverick and the administrator, both lying in a pool of their own blood, were not moving. I crawled over to Remy and was glad to hear him breathing. He had been hit in the side, and I saw blood trickling from the wound onto the ground below him. He raised his head, looking at me with an expression of pain. You're wounded. So are you. We need to stop the bleeding. I put some pressure on the wound momentarily. It was trickling down his body. Can you do this? Let me try. Around his side, trying to get the right grip before he applied pressure on his own. I let go, and after a bit of adjustment, Remy could stop the bleeding on his own for now. I took off my shirt and briefly considered whether I would be able to use it to dress Remy's wound, but I soon realized it was not long enough to wrap around him properly. Besides, if he couldn't walk for now, it would not make a difference anyway. He would have to stay here while he held his wound shut. Instead, I used my shirt to curb my own bleeding, folding it, wrapping it around my abdomen tightly. Look, Risa is gone, and that other person. I was right, both Risa and the administrator were gone. You have to go. Go and stop Risa. Find yourself first. I just can't leave you like this. Don't you dare tell me you would be doing me favors by saving me. If it's just going to be one of us, I don't want it to be me. You don't know how it is to live every day as I have. Always wondering if the pain will ever stop or if things will ever change again. And when they finally do, you come along and tell me this. Don't do that to me. I'm not going through this again. What do you want me to do? This is bigger than us. Bigger than me. Just go. Go and stop Risa. Alright. I hobbled to my feet and made my way back outside, just in time to see Risa vanishing through the portal. I made my way back to Remy to look for something to treat his wound. Given everything that had just transpired, I had no idea what was going to happen. I also wondered where the administrator had gone. I checked a few of the rooms and even found a first aid kit I used to treat both of us. Soon, however, I heard steps behind me and turned around. I was surprised to see another human face. It was a soldier. Who are you? What are you doing here? I asked him. We're here to save you. Risa told us everything, he replied. I didn't know what Risa had told them, but I certainly didn't want to leave just yet. I tried to protest and told them about Remy, and the soldier let me know that they would take care of it. For now, however, their orders were clear, and I was to come with them immediately. Another soldier arrived and took the generator with him. Then they escorted me back to the portal. After all this time, I wonder what would happen now to our world and the dragons. I arrived on the other side, only to be met by a team of EMTs who were already expecting me. I was urged to lay down in a cot, which was quickly transported into the back of an ambulance. They took off my bandages and examined my wounds as I heard them calling out medical terms I didn't understand. A breathing mask was put on me, and soon I lost consciousness. I wasn't sure what exactly Risa had told them, but with him dead and me wounded, humanity decided to take what they thought was theirs by force, which included the underground building itself. Hoping for the diplomatic solution, the dragons were treated and borders were established, all within a matter of days. Thousands of people living in our city were quickly relocated. For them it was a better solution than any other. Here they had already working infrastructure, buildings. Things looked just like they used to. When I awoke from my induced coma, it was the expected dose of confusion as I had to realize the place was deserted. And it hadn't been just the building, it was the entire city. Everyone was gone. Whatever Risa had told humanity had been enough for them to ultimately decide to leave me behind as a traitor, while they sought out their promised land. To their credit, they could have killed me, but just leaving me behind to my own devices was exactly the kind of punishment I would expect from them. I wasn't even sure how much time had passed since I returned. They had permanently disabled the portal. I was at least able to find plenty of supplies they had left behind as I roamed the city to make a new life for myself. After a few days of checking building after building and getting to my new surroundings, I was surprised to see a shadow flying overhead. It was a dragon. Whoa! I guess I missed a lot skipping the bad endings. Hey! My son, I couldn't make out the dragon before it landed and approached. It was Remy. Remy, what are you doing here? I've been looking for you for the last few days. Honestly, I wasn't sure whether I was going to find you at all. I don't even know how long it's been since I last saw you. Must have been a few weeks. Why'd you come here? We need you. You have to tell them what really happened. What Risa did and everything else. After you went back, the soldiers found me and I was interrogated. When they were negotiating with our council, they realized that Risa's account of what happened had differed a lot from what really went down. Of course, there are a lot of blanks they need to fill in too. They need to find someone who's willing to go back to find you, so I did. Besides, I owed it to you for everything you've done for me. Remy, guess they realized the error they made by leaving you behind. But now all of us need you as a witness. You must tell them the truth. How's your wound? It's fine. I was patched up pretty well, all things considered. Come on, we've got no time to lose. The portal is just around the corner, but how are we going to get back? They deactivated it. I know. That's why they gave me something to repair it. Let's go then. A few minutes later, we arrived at the portal. I thought about alternate options, considering we would be able to use it now. Time travel came to my mind, and while I knew about the portal's capability to do so, I had no idea how. Either way, I would do what I could to make things right. I watched as Remy reactivated the portal, using its interface with his somewhat clumsy paws. Something's not right here. It can't find the other portal. Realization hit me as I considered, hope for other possibilities. You said it was a few weeks since I last saw you, right? You've been looking for me for how long? A week? Yes. Remy, I think I got some very bad news. What is it? Suddenly I heard someone approaching from behind, and after I turned around, it was the administrator who stood before us. I finally found you. Come on, we need to go back. Back? They're all gone. What are you talking about? In the time you were here, the meteorite you knew about collided with Earth. The civilization you knew. and the human settlement are no more. But how? Riza knew this was going to happen. Ironic that Riza would drag himself through the portal in his gravely injured state to try and save humanity by telling them about the generator. You and the meteorite, only to fall on deaf ears about that last crucial part. Now they are all gone. I wasn't talking about returning to them, however, but going back in time even before that, to the day of your arrival. You want to use the portal for time travel. I knew about the possibilities, but doing it for real. Fascinating. Can Remy come with us? No, it's complicated enough as it is. And I don't want to go. I don't think you realize what is at stake here. All the others you have met are dead. Their whole civilization was wiped out in one fell swoop, and their world lies in ashes. Only we can go back and try to prevent this from happening. But it's all right, Will. Just go. You have to save them. That is my utmost goal. All right, I'll do it. Very well. Take your position, please. I stood in the middle of the portal, and after pressing a few buttons, the administrator joined me. What should I call you? She looked at me with a mild expression of bewilderment. Now that you don't wear that mask anymore, we can do without the code name. You can call me Izumi. I could see the faintest hint of a smirk. Not that it matters much. Once you arrive on their side, you probably won't remember a thing. As I heard the familiar sound of the portal starting up, the last thing I saw was Remy watching us as he slowly undid his tie and slipped it off his neck. Well, folks, there we have it. I believe that is the end of Remy's bad ending. So yeah, never saw that scene, because I didn't do the bad endings, which I guess was a bad idea at the end of it, end of the day. Yeah, that was a pretty good ending, despite being bad. At least Remy didn't die in this one. Because that's not the same in the others. Most people don't get to make it through their bad ending alive. But it's really dark to think about that, because Remy is now, in that timeline, is all by himself. There is nobody. That is such a horrible fate for Remy. So that's why that's his bad ending, is because he's literally alone. Oh my god, beautiful music, but it's so loud. I hope it's not too loud for you guys, because it is really loud for me. I swore I could skip the credits. I'm pretty sure I have a mod that was supposed to allow me to skip it, but, you know, it's whatever. It's not very long credit sequence, honestly, so it's not too bad. You have seen what lies beneath the mask. Quite revealing. See what lies beneath the mask. Quite revealing, isn't it? You've seen Remy's bad ending. That's why it's called Alone! Oh, that's because we saw his bad ending. Well, what is the time on our episode? There's not really enough time for me to really do much else since we just completed the ending. I feel like, since we're close to the end anyway, this is the best place to stop. Well, there you have it, folks. What a great, tragic ending for Remy. He lived, but he's all by himself, which, you know, Remy ended up killing everybody. Good for you. Good for you. Well, not Remy. Riza killed up killing everybody. Fuck you, Riza. Yeah, but, so that's interesting. So, next time we will be doing Anna's bad ending. That is the order I have on my little sheet. So that'll be a fun time. Anna's really good. I know there are a lot of Anna simps out there. I mean, she is probably in the way that she's presented the most good looking of all the women. Not not to throw. I like Adine. I know it's basic, but Adine is my favorite romance option. Honestly, Loren's not even like a romantic option, but we'll get to that. Um, so yeah, but that'll be good. So, thank you all for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to avoid time for more content, especially more angels with scaly wings. Also, please make sure to share this video far and wide so we can get as many eyes on the series as possible. I will see you guys all in the next one.